Today on Physiology Fundamentals with Dr. H, we tackle the age-old question, why is my poop brown? Let's get after it. Welcome to Physiology Fundamentals. I'm Dr. H. I'm a professor of physiology, anatomy, and pathophysiology. I'm a husband, a dad, an ultra runner, and someone who just loves to learn about the human body and teach it to others. So let's do this. So why is poop brown? Well, the story actually begins in a different organ called the spleen. The spleen has to take old red blood cells that comes into it and breaks them down. And one of the big things in old red blood cells is hemoglobin. And the heme from the hemoglobin is broken down to a pigment called biliverdin, which is actually green, and then to something called bilirubin, which is yellow. Now, this bilirubin is not water soluble. So when it gets put back in the blood, it has to be carried around on a protein, but it also means that it cannot be peed out. So how do we get rid of this bilirubin that would otherwise build up in our blood? Well, it turns out that the liver plays a big role here. The bilirubin coming into it is actually pulled out of the blood into the liver cells, and the liver cells make it water soluble. This is called conjugating it. And then finally, the liver cells will send it down to the intestines or to a little sac called the gallbladder. Now, once it reaches the intestines, it comes in, it's a green, brown, yellow color because of the mixture of bilirubin and biliverdin. It goes through the small intestine, doesn't change a lot. Once it gets to the large intestine, though, however, bacteria there convert it to something called urobilinogen, which is actually pale or colorless, and then finally to something called stercobilin, which is, in fact, brown. So this is how we wind up with our brown poop. So in summary, why is our poop brown? It starts with macrophages in the spleen. They take heme from hemoglobin and old red blood cells and convert it to the green biliverdin and then yellow insoluble bilirubin. The liver cells then remove that bilirubin from the blood, make that bilirubin water soluble, send the bilirubin in bile down to the intestines. In the intestines, the bacteria, especially in the large intestine, convert bilirubin into urobilinogen, which is colorless. Some of that goes back in the blood. We'll talk about that some other time. A lot of it is converted finally from urobilinogen to stercobilin, which is in fact brown, and we see our brown poop. I hope that was helpful. Take care and God bless. Thanks for watching Physiology Fundamentals with Dr. H. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to get outside and go for a run.